With the ipsilateral arm, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, flex shoulder level of coronal plane, so bicep in line with the ear. We're pressing up with the palm. Then with the contralateral arm, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder. We're going to bring our arm out to the side, and we're going to bring... Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Steven here with Team Euphoric, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to be your own therapist by demonstrating the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction, and more specifically, I'm going to be teaching you how to correct a rib flare. Before I get on with the exercise, I want to do a quick recap of what exactly a rib flare is and why exactly you should care, and in order to do that, I'm going to need the help of my good friend, Johnny Bone. So Johnny, get over here and show your coastals to the crowd. Right over here, this is your rib cage, and when you have a rib flare, it can present in a few different ways, but 2 ways that it's going to be pretty common is going to be an in flare and an out flare. With an in flare, your ribs are going to be depressed and they're going to move in toward the spine, and then you're going to get this medial tilt, meaning the rib cage is going to move closer toward the spine. And then an out flare is the opposite. When you have an out flare, you're going to get this elevation where the ribs are going to flare outward, and then you're also going to get this lateral elevation or this lateral tilt of the rib cage where the ribs move out toward the side. And the out flare is the one we're going to be focusing on today. If you don't address it, it can lead to things like low back pain, and it could also lead to a lot of breathing dysfunction. So you would want to address it immediately. And one of the ways in which we could address it would be to do some strengthening exercises for the muscles that are responsible for depression of the rib cage. We ended up doing those a few days ago. I'm going to include a link right up over here to the top 5 strengthening exercises for posture correction to correct a rib flare. And then once you've done those exercises, a terrific complement to those exercises would be to do some myofascial stretching exercises for the muscles that are responsible for elevation of the rib cage. And that's exactly what we're going to be doing for you guys today. So without further ado, here are the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction to correct a rib flare. The first myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct a rib flare is going to be for the external intercostals. And for it, we're going to be in a kneeling position. Whatever knee is on the floor, that's going to be the side that we're stretching. And then with the opposite leg, we're going to straighten out the leg and project it out toward the side. And then what we want to do is maintain retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown and head up, eyes looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension with the arm. Ipsilateral arm is going to go into maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder. Then we're going to flex the shoulder to the level coronal plane, so bicep in line with the ear. We're pressing up with the palm, and that is to put the latissimus dorsi fascia, the pectoral fascia, and the serratus anterior fascia under tension. With the contralateral arm, so the arm opposite to the side that we're stretching, we're going to maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, and then we're going to project our palm down toward the floor, and it's going to be posterior, so behind the leg. And then at the cervical spine, what we want to do is an ipsilateral rotation. So we're going to rotate toward the side that we're stretching, and at the lumbar spine, we're going to do a contralateral side bend of the lumbar spine to the level of T12 by bending away from the side that we're stretching. And this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the external intercostals. Next, the second myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct a rib flare is going to be for the internal intercostals. And for this one, very similar. The setup position is identical. Kneeling position, whatever knee's on the floor, that's the side that we're stretching. Opposite leg is projected out toward the side with a straight leg. We got retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown and head up, eyes looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension with the ipsilateral arm, so the arm of the side that we're stretching, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, flex shoulder to level of coronal plane, so bicep in line with the ear. We're pressing up with the palm, and then with the contralateral arm, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder. We're going to project the palm downward, and this time it's in front of the thigh. Then at the cervical spine for this one, we are going to do a contralateral side bend by bending away from the side that we're stretching, contralateral rotation by rotating away from the side that we're stretching, and then at the lumbar spine, we're doing a contralateral side bend to the level of T12 by bending away from the side that we're stretching. And this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the internal intercostal muscle. Next, the third myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct a rib flare is going to be for the innermost intercostal muscles. For this one, setup is identical. Kneeling position, whatever knee's on the floor, that's the side we're stretching. Opposite leg is straightened out to the side. Retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown and head up, eyes looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension. With the ipsilateral arm, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, flex shoulder level of coronal plane, so bicep in line with the ear. We're pressing up with the palm. Then with the contralateral arm, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder. We're going to bring our arm out to the side, and we're going to bring it toward the heel. Then at the cervical spine, for this one right over here, what we want to do is a contralateral side bend. So we're going to bend away from the side that we're stretching. And then at the lumbar spine, we're going to go ahead and do a contralateral side bend to the level T12 by bending away from the side that we're stretching. And this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the innermost intercostal muscle. Next, the fourth myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct a rib flare is going to be for the pectoralis minor muscle. For this one, once again, we're going to be in a kneeling position. This time, we're going to be in a tall kneeling position. We want to separate our knees, and then we want to sit down onto our heels. From this position, we got retroversion of pelvis, flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown of head up, eyes looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension with the ipsilateral arm, so the arm of the side that we're stretching, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder, and then we're gonna extend the shoulder beyond the level of the coronal plane, so behind the midline. We're pressing down with the palm, and then what we want to do with the contralateral hand is we're going to take our first, second, and third finger, and we're going to press the rib cage. We're going to grab the third, fourth, and fifth rib, and we're going to press it down. At the cervical spine, what we want to do is we are going to go into a contralateral side bend by bending away from the side that we're stretching, ipsilateral rotation by rotating toward the side that we're stretching. Then we want to take a deep inhale and then exhale. On the exhale, we're going to pull the fascia and pull the third, fourth, and fifth rib down, and this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the pectoralis minor. One thing I forgot to mention is we're going to go into retraction of the ipsilateral arm. So with the ipsilateral arm, we want to retract the shoulder blade, but this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the pectoralis minor muscle. And last, the fifth and final myofascial stretching exercise for posture correction to correct a rib flare is going to be for the levator castorum muscle. For the levator castorum, we're going to get into a tall kneeling position. So get nice and tall. We're going to go into anti-version of the pelvis. We got flat lumbar, flat thoracic, chin tucked in, crown of head up, eyes looking down at the floor to put the dura mater under tension with the arms. Both arms, maximum extension of elbow and wrist, maximum external rotation of shoulder. We're going to flex the shoulders to the level of coronal plane, so bicep in line with the ear. We're pressing up with the palms, and then we want to exhale, and as we exhale, we want to maximally depress the rib cage. And this is the myofascial stretching exercise for the levator castorum muscle. And there you have it. Those were the top 5 myofascial stretching exercises for posture correction to correct a rib flare. If you have a rib flare, or if you have issues with regard to low back pain, or if you have any type of breathing dysfunction, go ahead and give those exercises a try. And if you have given them a try, go ahead and drop your comments down in the comment section. Let me know what you guys thought. In terms of the actual sets and duration, what you want to do for each of the myofascial stretching exercises, you're going to do 3 sets of a 30-second hold, and you want to do them every single day. The reason we're doing them every single day is because we're trying to elicit a postural change, and whenever we're trying to elicit a postural change, one of the most important things is going to be accumulating enough time under tension. So if we only do these stretches once a week or once a month, we're not going to be able to see the true benefit of the stretches. So 3 sets of a 30-second hold every single day is what you want to do. And then in a few days, on Monday at 2:00 p.m., I'm going to be taking you through the top 5 ELDOA exercises for posture correction to correct a rib flare. So be out on the lookout for that this Monday at 2:00 p.m. If you have any questions at all with regard to any of the exercises that I demonstrated today, go ahead and ask your questions down in the comment section so I can help you guys out. But that's pretty much it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to smash that like button so I know to keep making these types of videos in the future. And if you're either new to the channel or haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, as I will be uploading new videos every single day. That's it for today's video. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you again tomorrow.